Think you know your US presidents? Well, let's find out. This quiz has 50 multiple choice questions that cover some of the most important leaders in American history, from Washington to Biden. Test your knowledge, challenge a friend, or just see how many you can remember from school. Each question has 3 choices, and the correct answer is revealed after you guess, so keep track of your score. Comment below with how many you got right out of 50 and no Googling allowed. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more quizzes and skill videos. And let's get started with the first question. Who was the first president of the United States? John Adams, George Washington, or Thomas Jefferson? Which president issued the Emancipation Proclamation? John Adams, Abraham Lincoln, or Andrew Johnson? Who was president during World War I? Calvin Coolidge, Woodrow Wilson, or Theodore Roosevelt? Who served more than 2 terms as president? Ronald Reagan, Dwight Eisenhower, or Franklin D. Roosevelt? Which president signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964? Lyndon B. Johnson, Richard Nixon, or John F. Kennedy? Who was the only U.S. president to resign from office? Bill Clinton, Richard Nixon, or Jimmy Carter? Who was the youngest person ever elected president? Barack Obama, John F. Kennedy, or Theodore Roosevelt? Which president purchased the Louisiana Territory? Thomas Jefferson, James Monroe, or Martin Van Buren? Who was president during the Great Depression and most of World War II? Herbert Hoover, Harry Truman, or Franklin D. Roosevelt? Who became president after Nixon resigned? Lyndon Johnson, George H.W. Bush, or Gerald Ford? Who created the New Deal programs? Herbert Hoover, Franklin D. Roosevelt, or Calvin Coolidge? Which president wrote the Declaration of Independence? John Adams, George Washington, or Thomas Jefferson? Who was the first president to be born outside the original 13 colonies? Andrew Jackson, Abraham Lincoln, or James K. Polk? Who was president during the 9/11 attacks? Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, or George W. Bush? Which president was a Hollywood actor before politics? Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, or Dwight Eisenhower? Who was the first African American president? Barack Obama, Colin Powell, or Jesse Jackson? Who led the U.S. during the Cuban Missile Crisis? Dwight Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, or Harry Truman? Which president was a World War II general? John F. Kennedy, Dwight D. Eisenhower, or Franklin D. Roosevelt? Which president was assassinated in a theater? Abraham Lincoln, James Garfield, or William McKinley? Who was president when the U.S. landed on the moon? Richard Nixon, John F. Kennedy, or Lyndon B. Johnson? Who gave the 14 Points speech? Warren Harding, Woodrow Wilson, or Franklin Roosevelt? Who was the first president to live in the White House? John Adams, George Washington, or Thomas Jefferson? Who became president after Lincoln was assassinated? Andrew Johnson, Ulysses S. Grant, or Rutherford B. Hayes? Who said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick"? Theodore Roosevelt, Woodrow Wilson, or Calvin Coolidge? Who signed the Affordable Care Act? George W. Bush, Barack Obama, or Joe Biden? Who was president during the Gulf War? George H.W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, or Bill Clinton? Who won the 2020 presidential election? Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or Mike Pence? Who was known for trust busting? Franklin Roosevelt, William Taft, or Theodore Roosevelt? Which president made the decision to drop the atomic bomb? Harry Truman, Franklin Roosevelt, or Dwight Eisenhower? Who was the first president to appear on TV? Harry Truman, Franklin D. Roosevelt, or John F. Kennedy? Who was the first president to be impeached? Andrew Johnson, Richard Nixon, or Bill Clinton? Who was the last president to serve in the 18th century? George Washington, John Adams, or Thomas Jefferson? Which president served as a Chief Justice after his presidency? John Adams, William Howard Taft, or Martin Van Buren? Who was president when the Berlin Wall fell? Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, or Bill Clinton? Who lost the popular vote and still became president? Rutherford B. Hayes, John F. Kennedy, or Joe Biden? Who was president at the end of the Korean War? Dwight D. Eisenhower, Harry Truman, or Lyndon B. Johnson? Who was known for the slogan, "Yes, we can"? Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, or George Bush? Who created the Peace Corps? John F. Kennedy, Richard Nixon, or Lyndon B. Johnson? Who was president during the Louisiana Purchase? John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, or James Monroe? Which president signed NAFTA? Bill Clinton, George H.W. Bush, or Ronald Reagan? Who led the Union during the Civil War? Ulysses S. Grant, Abraham Lincoln, or Andrew Johnson? Who was the oldest president elected as of 2024? Donald Trump, Ronald Reagan, or Joe Biden? Which president said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself? Franklin D. Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, or John F. Kennedy? Who signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965? Lyndon B. Johnson, John F. Kennedy, or Dwight D. Eisenhower? Who was president during the Watergate scandal? Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, or Jimmy Carter? Who appointed the first woman to the Supreme Court? George H.W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, or Bill Clinton? Which president had a home called Monticello? George Washington, James Madison, or Thomas Jefferson? Who was the first president born in a hospital? Jimmy Carter, Dwight Eisenhower, or John F. Kennedy? Who had a pet parrot that cursed at his funeral? Andrew Jackson, Thomas Jefferson, or Zachary Taylor? Who served the shortest presidency? James Garfield, William Henry Harrison, or Millard Fillmore? That's it. All 50 questions done. How did you do? Drop your score in the comments. I'd love to see who's got presidential brain power out there. If you enjoyed this quiz, go check out my other videos. There's plenty more where this came from. And don't forget to like this video if you had fun, and subscribe for more quizzes and skills. And as always, thank you for watching, and you crushed it.